The Grand Hall of the Intergalactic Council was filled with a palpable tension. Representatives from various alien species had gathered to discuss a critical issue: the fate of the human race and their place in the universe. Earth, once a thriving planet, had been ravaged by pollution, wars, and the reckless consumption of resources. The Amazon rainforest in Brazil, once a symbol of Earth's natural beauty and biodiversity, had been decimated. Industrial giants like the USA and China had contributed to a global environmental catastrophe. At the center of the debate stood Leon Carter, the human representative. A warrior by training but kind-hearted and passionate about his people, Leon was determined to defend humanity's right to a future among the stars. Opposing him was President Zolar, the leader of the alien coalition, a figure respected for his unwavering logic and AI-like precision. President Zolar began, his voice resonating with authority. "Humans have brought their planet to the brink of destruction. Your history is marked by pollution, deforestation, and endless conflict. How can we trust you to populate another world without repeating the same mistakes?" Leon stepped forward, his gaze steady. "We acknowledge our past mistakes, but we also possess the capacity for change and growth. Our emotions drive us to learn, to innovate, and to seek redemption. We are not defined by our failures, but by our ability to rise above them." Zolar's expression remained impassive. "Your emotions, while inspiring, also lead to irrational decisions. Wars fueled by pride and greed have devastated your world. How can you ensure that such conflicts will not follow you to another planet?" Leon took a deep breath, his voice filled with conviction. "Our emotions are indeed a double-edged sword, but they are also the source of our greatest strengths. It is through our emotional connections that we find the drive to protect what we love and to seek peace. We have learned from our history and are committed to forging a better future." An alien delegate from the planet Vega interjected, "The Amazon rainforest, once a crucial part of Earth's ecosystem, was destroyed by human hands. How can we trust a species that cannot protect its own planet?" Leon felt a pang of guilt but stood firm. The destruction of the Amazon was a tragic mistake driven by short-sighted policies and greed. But there are many humans who fought to protect it, who dedicated their lives to preserving our natural world. We are capable of change, and we seek the opportunity to prove it. President Zolar's eyes glowed with an intense light. "Humans have shown they can be destructive. Our species values order and logic. We have created societies free from conflict and environmental degradation. Your emotional nature is a risk we cannot afford," Leon replied, his voice softening. "But it is our emotions that give us hope, that push us to dream of a better tomorrow. Without emotions, we would be no different from machines. It is our capacity for love, compassion, and empathy that makes us truly human." The room fell silent as the delegates pondered Leon's words. Then a Martian representative spoke up. "We have heard of humans who fought tirelessly to save their planet, even when it seemed hopeless. Can you assure us that this spirit of perseverance will guide your actions on a new world?" Leon nodded. "Yes, I can. Our resilience is one of our defining traits. We may stumble, but we always strive to stand up again, stronger and more determined." Following Leon's impassioned assurance, a hush fell over the Grand Hall. The council members began to deliberate, their voices a low murmur echoing across the expansive chamber. The gravity of what they were about to decide was palpable. The air was thick with tension, the silence occasionally punctuated by the murmur of voices discussing the fate of an entire species. The members weighed the pros and cons of allowing humans to colonize another planet. The balance was delicate, the scales tipped with the weight of human history. A history marred by destruction, but also marked by resilience and determination. Leon's words still hung in the air, a testament to the spirit of humanity. Some council members expressed their concern, their voices heavy with the burden of past mistakes made by the human race. Yet others were moved by Leon's passionate plea, their hearts stirred by the hope of redemption and second chances. They discussed the potential benefits and risks of granting humans a second chance. There were whispers of innovation, of the potential for growth and development. But there were also murmurs of caution, the fear of repeating past mistakes. As the council members continued their deliberation, one thing was clear. The decision they were about to make would determine the fate of the human race. The destiny of humanity hung in the balance, a testament to the influential power of the Intergalactic Council. As the council's deliberation drew to a close, Leon was given the floor one last time. The chamber fell silent as he rose, his figure framed by the grandeur of the intergalactic hall, his voice resolute and clear. "We have learned from our past," he began, his voice echoing through the solemn chamber. "We acknowledge our mistakes, the destruction we have wrought. But we are not the same species we once were. We have grown. We have evolved." He paused, his gaze sweeping over the council, meeting the eyes of each member. "We have the capacity for change, for growth. We have the potential to create, not just destroy." His voice grew stronger, more impassioned as he continued. "We ask not for your forgiveness, but for your trust. Trust in our capacity to change, to grow, to learn from our past and build a better future." He stood tall, his voice unwavering, his plea echoing through the grand hall. "Give us this chance," he implored. "Give us the chance to prove our worth, to show you that we are more than the sum of our past mistakes." As his words faded, a hush fell over the chamber, his plea hanging in the air, a testament to the spirit of humanity. As Leon's words echoed in the grand hall, each council member cast their vote, their expressions unreadable, their eyes reflecting the weight of the decision. The silence was only broken by the soft hum of the voting machines, each beep a testament to the fate of humanity. The tension in the room was palpable. The air itself seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the verdict. One by one, the council members cast their votes, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of their consoles. Every vote was a ripple in the pond of destiny, each one tipping the balance one way or the other. The council members, representatives of galaxies far and wide, held in their hands the fate of a single species on a blue planet. As the final vote was cast, a hush fell over the room. Each breath held, each heart beat in anticipation. The fate of the human race was sealed, the council's decision was made. The future of humanity, for better or worse, was now in the hands of the Intergalactic Council. President Zolar rose to his feet, the silvery sheen of his skin reflecting the cold, hard light of the council chambers. His voice, a deep, resonant rumble, echoed throughout the grand hall. "The council has reached a decision," he declared, his eyes meeting Leon's across the room. A hush fell over the room, a deafening silence that seemed to swallow up the very air. Every eye was fixed on Zolar, every ear tuned to his words. "The council," he continued, his voice steady, "has decided to give humanity a second chance." The silence stretched on, a moment frozen in time, the weight of the words sinking in. "However," Zolar added, his gaze hardening, "this comes with strict conditions. Humanity will be under constant observation. Any violation of intergalactic law will result in immediate punishment. This is not a leniency, but a test of your species' ability to adapt, to change, to grow." As his words echoed in the grand hall, the magnitude of the decision hung heavy in the air. "Humanity," he said, his voice softened. "You have been granted a second chance. Make it count." Leon breathed a sigh of relief, his heart filled with gratitude. He stood up, his human form dwarfed by the towering alien representatives, but his spirit as mighty as any. "Honorable council members," he began, his voice clear and firm, "on behalf of humanity, I extend our deepest gratitude. Your faith in us, in our potential to change, is a gift we will not squander." His eyes scanned the room, each alien face reflecting the gravity of the situation. "We understand the weight of this second chance. We understand the conditions, and we accept them." His voice echoed in the grand hall, a promise hanging in the air. "We as a species have a lot to learn, but we are no strangers to adaptation, to growth. We have survived, evolved, and prospered under the harshest of conditions." He paused, letting his words sink in. "We will rise to this challenge. We will prove that your faith in us is not misplaced." His gaze met Zolar's, a silent vow passing between them. "We will not let you down. Thank you for believing in us." As he sat down, the council hall buzzed with whispers, the words of a single human echoing in the minds of the Intergalactic Council. The council meeting adjourned, and Leon, still feeling the weight of his words, left the grand hall. His heart was heavy, but it was also hopeful. Humanity, he mused, has been given a second chance. The responsibility is immense, the stakes high. His fingers traced the emblem of the Intergalactic Council, a stark reminder of the promise he'd made. We will not let them down. His eyes flickered with determination, his mind already whirling with plans. "We have been challenged, tested, and now it's time to show them what we're made of." His voice was firm, resolute. "We have survived much, and we will survive this." He paused, looking out at the vast expanse of the cosmos. "This is just the beginning of our journey. We have a long road ahead." And with that, Leon stepped into the unknown, the fate of humanity resting on his shoulders. Back on Earth, news of the Council's decision spread like wildfire. From the bustling metropolises to the smallest hamlets, every corner of the globe was abuzz with the unprecedented verdict. People gathered around televisions, radios, and screens, their eyes wide with anticipation, their hearts pounding with a mixture of fear, excitement, and hope. The decision of the Intergalactic Council had given humanity a second chance, and it was a chance they were determined not to waste. Across the globe, leaders rallied their citizens, scientists convened to strategize, and ordinary people found extraordinary courage within themselves. The world was united in a way it had never been before, a single species with a common goal: survival. "We must rise to this challenge," they said, "for ourselves and for the generations to come." As the sun set on this momentous day, there was a sense of renewed hope and determination among the people. They knew the journey ahead would not be easy, that there would be trials and tribulations, but they were ready. They had been given a chance to prove their worth, to show the universe what they were capable of. And they would not let that chance go to waste. With renewed hope and determination, humanity began its journey towards a better future.